Aloha and Tashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center here on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. We present this class every Thursday night, 6 to 8 o'clock Hawaiian time, and it's recorded for those who live in faraway places on our website. I'm Lama Tashi. The question was asked of me today in presenting these various methods of Tibetan shamanistic Lamaism is what it's called in Tibetan Buddhism, is why do we have so many different deities, mantras, visualizations, methods? The answer is simple. First of all, there's an energy of all of this that everything and everyone is equal. We're all on the same plane of existence. No superior, no inferior, no good, no bad, no lack of knowledge. But that energy field is one of 5. And so, yes, we have 1,000 different methods. In fact, the deity we're going to practice tonight is the 1,000-armed Chenrezig, which is a symbol of that. But it simply means, yes, we're all equal, but each and every one of us is uniquely different. And this difference has to do how we were in past lives. Because all of that activity, programming, follows one like a shadow to this life. And whether they're good or bad tendencies to this life is determined by that karma, that activity. But when we say we're different in each one almost uncountable ways. For instance, if we take an object and show it to 10 different people and ask them to describe it, each one will give a different description. If we ask them how they feel about it, each one will give a different feeling or reaction. So based on that, this tradition is designed to cover these infinite number of aptitudes that we humans have. And the visualizations that we do in the practice is greatly stressed because that imaginary process is actually linked, even though it's inside, is linked to the world around us and the beings in it. And that's why we stress these use of seed solos, mantras, deities, different methods of using light, different methods of using the breath, and so forth. Tonight, when we do these practices, I'll explain this, each one in a little different way, but the stress is on the practice of the individual in connection with the teachings of their root Lama, which is their inner pure nature, which exists already, we call Buddha nature, and the outer connection to teachers, men and women who have developed that Buddha nature into higher states of awareness and higher states of intelligence that are not really active in the ordinary world and in the minds of ordinary beings. And the purpose is to gently move them away from the pain and suffering of the emotional involvement with a self or a soul or I. Selfishness, I mean minded. And away from that into a situation where that's not appropriate. It doesn't work. And then the I simply becomes a we. Because as I said before, in this energy field, there's no such thing as separation. And there are 5 of these energy fields that they call Buddha fields that we use with these deities. And every deity has a 5-jewel crown, whether they be peaceful or protector, signifying that, symbolizing that. So as we go through the class, I'll make this clearer, but that's the simplicity of all of the Tibetan Buddhist Dharma practices. The first and most important aspect of our form of practice or tradition is called the altruistic motivation. And simply said, we do all of these practices for the benefit of everybody else and the environment or the world around us. That's it. And that's an infinite application because we live in an infinite, phenomenal universe. No beginning, no middle, no end. And its life support program is perfect, just as it is. So the more and more we connect to that perfection and that infinite situation, the more intelligent we become and the more free or liberated from our conflicting emotional programs that cause us so much trouble. So the altruistic motivation, I'll chant in Sanskrit. Da dong yo nam ke da dong yam pe sam cham tam che tu di ne jung te ji si jan chu ning po ta chi ki bar du. And that is stated, in order to attain enlightenment for ourselves and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we now all together take refuge and when possible offer prostrations and other skillful methods. Then we actually take refuge with 3 jewels, the lamas, the deities, and the protectors. The 3 jewels are the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. And under the title of Buddhism, all Buddhists do that. But in our tradition, we add the 3 roots of Tantra or the clear nature of one's consciousness, which is the Lama and the peaceful and protector deities in practice. So I'll chant that refuge prayer in Sanskrit. Palden Lama Dampa Namla Chapsu Chio Yedam Chokor Gilatso Namla Chapsu Chio Sanjay Chon Dende Namla Chapsu Chio Tampe Chur Namla Chapsu Chio Alpe Gandu Namla Chapsu Chio Kawo Gandro Chokyo Soe Sho Esheki Shendang Dempa Namla Chapsu Chio. We go for refuge to all the glorious holy lamas. We go for refuge to all the deities gathered in our mandala practices. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those who have conquered the mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all the noble Sangha. And we go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis, or the protectors and defenders of Dharma. All of these 6 possess the eye of transcending awareness. Then we move into the actual practice of bodhicitta, which is called the practice of the 6 disciplines of the path of the Bodhisattva, or the 6 perfections. Sanjay Chodon Chuki Chodna Ma Chen Chu Bardu Dagni Chapsu Dagi Jin So Ji Pe Sona Ki Jowa Ensher Sanjay Chu Barshu. To the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly, we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit gained from practicing the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines, called the 6 perfections, accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. These 6 Bodhisattva disciplines are already in place in the human condition. And they're even celebrated with various holidays, feast days, and all kinds of celebration. The first of these and most important is generosity. And this act of sharing or giving is all about interest in the well-beings of others, which is called compassion. And in our form of practice, it's based on loving kindness, unconditional loving kindness. And the symbol of that, the most generous, is the mother's giving of birth and her unconditional love for the child or for her children. And that's the theme of these practices. That's the theme of the conduct of the teachers and the practitioners, all our Vajra brothers and sisters all over the planet. And here in Hawaii, we're especially skillful to have aloha. Very beneficial, this. It's a cultural mindset of the Hawaiian people. And it extends to all the different cultures that have taken root in Hawaii. And it's loving kindness. And it works. And it works to a great degree, so much so that we share our lovely islands with hundreds of thousands of people from all over the world traveling here, enjoying our especially good state of being, climates, ocean, everything. But most important, this spirit of aloha. And so in Tibetan Buddhism, that is carried forward. And when we use the term generosity, it's not just on the worldly level, it's also on the opening of the mind's wisdom nature through the teachings of our lamas and root gurus, and actually practice. The second Bodhisattva discipline is morality. And this goes together with ethics and good manners. The simplicity of this morality for us is you don't harm yourself intentionally, you don't harm others, and you don't harm the environment of the Mother Earth around it. The third one is patience. And this is absolutely necessary for practice, but also extended to the many different types of humans, animals, and spirits that we have to interact with, most of whom aren't practicing aloha. The fourth spiritual practice is diligence. Patience goes with diligence, so that you persevere not just once a week or once a year, but to the point where it becomes activated in your stream of being 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Morning to night and in your sleep and dreams. And then on into the next life and future life. The fifth discipline is the basis of all our practices, meditation. But the way we meditate is quite different from most people's idea of sitting still, accomplishing a state of peacefulness. No, it goes way beyond that. That is it. That is the basis. But it's like a platform. And from that, you can evolve with the use of your imagination, while in that peaceful, tranquil state, into higher and higher states of realization, which we call intelligence. Very useful, very appropriate. And then all of these five bring us into the foot of meditation, which is simply called voidness or emptiness, which is an active part of our consciousness that once we start to connect to it, it takes over. And from that, it starts to evolve. And after a while, there's no turning back. And that is called insight, wisdom. It's kind of like what the women of this planet have called intuitive awareness. Well, they have to have that because they're in charge of bringing us humans into this world. But most of them don't activate it, don't trust it, don't know that. But for those who do, it has caused the human race to survive up till now. Powerful insight. And it works on two levels, the insight of knowing and the insight of beyond the necessity to know. Beyond the necessity to be emotionally involved with yourself, everything, and everybody else. Clear, liberated, open, naked to the vastness of the universe itself. They have a term for this in Tibetan. The mother of perfect wisdom. That's our universe on all levels, from space down to the tiniest atom. And most importantly, it's the nature of your consciousness. It's the nature of your thought. It's the nature of how you imagine things in practice. So we're going to start with that. By using the breath as a symbol of this insight. And then to bring us good health into our physical situation, we're going to connect this special breathing method, it's called prana yoga, into the 5 elements healing practice. And this practice, both of these together, were taught to us by my Guru Lama, who came to Hawaii in 1977, Kala Rinpoche, and gave us this direct lineage teaching. And it flavors all of the practices that we do, because all of what we do is not a religion. It's a health program. So sit with your back straight, eyes in front, softly gaze to the space and light about 2 feet in front. Mouth closed, breathe through the nose if you can. Hands in a comfortable position on the knees or in the lap. Head slightly tilted forward. And bring your focus to your breath. And as you inhale, see your diaphragm expand here. Breathe down into this part of your body. Then watch it contract as you exhale. And do that 3 times. Then you start the meditation of the 3 lights breathing formula by bringing your focus, your awareness to the breath, imagining the air you are inhaling as white light filling your lungs. The energy of the elements in the air, 5 elements, spontaneously spread to every cell in your body in a flash of energy. Visualize red light going through your body. Then take the inhale and the absorption breath, that's 2 codes together, and the white and the red, and exhale blue light out your nose to space. Boundless space, like the sky, which is blue. Again, inhale white light, fill your lungs. See the energy of that correspond to the energy passing through every cell of your body as red light. Take these 2 codes and exhale blue light out your nose as a powerful healing breath to sentient beings throughout space. Then count to yourself 21 of these 3 light yoga, breathing practice. When you reach 21, take your focus off your breath, collect the three lights, the white, the red, and the blue, into a condensed tiny particle of light and visualize it centered in your heart chakra in the middle of your chest, in the central channel of your life force. Now, the moment you do this, that point of light connects to the infinite light of boundless space. We call the owl ground. It connects to all of samsara and nirvana. Relax in just space. Stay present and alert. After a few moments, reconnect to the particle in your heart chakra and expand it to a small sphere about the size of your thumbnail of clear light. Keeping your focus on that, expand it into one of the symbols of the 5 elements used for this 5 elements healing practice. Tonight we use the element space, which is simply a small white sphere about the size of your thumbnail, labeled space. The earth, water, fire, and air cannot be separate from the space, and space cannot exist without them. But for healing purposes, and connecting to other modalities that deal with healing, this stresses that element for mental and physical application. Then to start your practice, bring this white sphere out in front of your chest and up before your eyes to the space 2 feet in front, and see it there. Visualize it there. In this way, the actual and the imagined become the same thing. And that greatly enhances your power of meditation practice, using the imagination. Then imagine that white sphere in front of your eyes, that small sphere, expand to a size about the size of a room, about 10 feet out in all directions around you. With your physical form sitting just as you are, or laying down or standing, however you are, inside. Then expand this space symbol keeping focus and imagination together to incorporate an area around you about 50 miles in diameter. We here on Kauai imagine the island of Kauai and surrounding ocean inside this white sphere. Then with this moving meditation, expand it in size to completely enclose Mother Earth. including her atmosphere of air. What you are imagining actually exists this way. Then generate the sphere by visualizing expanding in size to completely enclose our solar system, which extends out billions of miles in every direction. Then expanded in size to completely enclose our spiral dish-shaped galaxy, 100,000 light years in diameter, inside. Then use your imagination, which is producing this symbol of space, to merge with the actuality of boundless space. Which opens your mind to infinite dimensions of experience and being. And just as importantly, it opens up your consciousness to the possibility of infinite applications of healing energy. Again, simply stay present and clear. Then return with the half sphere of space, the white sphere of space to completely enclose the galaxy. Reduce this symbol to completely enclose our solar system. Smaller and smaller to just enclosing Mother Earth. And much smaller to just a 50-mile area of where you are doing the practice, in your city, town, or island. And condense all of this into a small sphere to enclose your body. Maybe 10, 20 feet in diameter. inviting the infinite life force energy of the universe and its support into your situation. It has infinite possibility. Finish the practice by bringing the white sphere to its original small thumbnail size to in front of your eyes. Drop it to chest level and into your heart chakra. Condense it to a tiny point of light and merge with the infinite light of space. And relax. No meditation. Simply be present and open. Then return with this developing awareness to in front of your eyes and into your area of influence. And dedicate the results of this to all sentient beings. Everywhere. This is called a bumpa in Tibetan. Whether it has this fancy peacock feather on top, they usually look like this or without the spout, like this. And they are used for spiritual ceremony and practices, usually involving what we call wongs or empowerment. And they're inside water, special qualities. And this upper part, when they do the empowerments, are used like this to throw the drops of the empowering liquid in various directions. But this spout is to be visualized as there's symbolically the deity is in this offering bead. And it comes out through the spouts when you're offered the water for whatever the Lama directs, for purification of your mouth or for blessings. I'm showing you this because we are going to do the long life practice, a special long life practice, which we've done before in this class, called Amityus. Now, this is a Kagyu lineage name for the same practice of what we do called Chenrezig, which is usually visualized forearms, or as we're going to do later in this class, 1,000 arm. But the Chenrezig is the example of the perfect human being, or what we call 10th level bodhisattva, in the world only to benefit others and help them arrive at that same level of realization or intelligence. But all the deities of Tibetan Buddhism, which they have categorized in 5 energy fields, 200 in each energy field, make 1,000 deities. So to deal with the infinite number of conflicted sentient beings that are constantly arising in samsara from nirvanic states and other situations, it requires each hand to have an eye. Just like the eye you used in this meditation practice, just like these 2 eyes function. Okay? Just like the eyes of the women that have intuitive awareness function, knowing. That's a method of seeing called clear sight or clear vision or clairvoyance. They have all kinds of names. But it's in your consciousness already. Each and every one of us has this as who you really are, not just one you think you are, the one you really are. And so tonight, I'm going to give this empowerment, which was presented to us by my teacher, Paul Rinpoche, and many other teachers. My 40-month retreat teacher, Lama Sansing, we did 4 weeks of this practice. This is Chenrezig 2 arms, not 4 arms like we usually see, not 1,000 arms, which we're going to do later, 2 arms. And on the top of, above the head of this deity is Amitabha Buddha, the Buddha of infinite light, which is an energy field, which is the energy field of the universe. Infinite light, everything is made of light throughout space. And so this is presented as not only a mind training practice, but a method of extending your life. It's called the long life deity practice, Amitai 2-arm Chenrezig. It has the same seed syllable, and the hands are in the same position in the lap, but they're holding this gopa, this offering base, this empowerment base. It looks a little different than that one because it's just a vase with 2 handles and a little cap on it, like a bottle. But symbolically, it means that whatever energy is needed to have good health and live a long, healthy life, happy life, is available to each and every one of us. But you have to want that. Because I know a lot of people that are they're really tired of living. They tell me that. And then some of them maybe have ideas of taking their own life, or living such an unhealthy life that they shorten their life. And never practice any form of spirituality. But for us in the Dharma, already connecting to the Lama and the deities. This is appropriate. Amityus Buddha. Syllable is the same as Amitabha or the other whatever Chenrezig practice you do. It's Hri. Hri is the vibration of infinite light in action. Light itself, just the vibration or existence of light, the sound is D. But this is the activity. You can say life support, or for us doing these tantric practices or Mahayana yoga practices, this is the energy. And this is going to be the practice we do now. And I'm extending the empowerment of this practice as it was presented to me by many different lamas under many different situations, in and out of retreat, here in Hawaii and other places. And this statue, which I'm showing you here of Amityus, has been empowered. And my teachers, when they empowerment, they fill the statue with many types of powerful ingredients, relics, and other things, and they seal the bottom. And so it's not just a statue. It's an energy program and it works the same way that the stupas work. They're filled with all kinds of spiritual items and blessed at every state of construction and so forth. And symbolically mean the 5 elements and the 5 Dhyana Buddha energy field. But this Hri is Ha, that's this 5 tilted here. Rata is this slash, R. And this hook on top, Kiku, is the E, or I in Tibetan. Ha, Rata, H-R-I, Hri. And this becomes the creation sound of infinite light in your heart center. And it's visualized in red with the blue background, and outside of that, a white energy field of light, and a 5-color sphere of energy or light around it. That's the creation of what we call the mandala. And it connects to the infinite potential of the Dharma as it's presented here on this world, this planet, by hundreds of thousands of teachers and practitioners all over the planet. So this is vibrating in your heart center. Then the deity is the body, speech, and mind qualities and activities of the teacher, empowering you when you do the practice to evolve. And it's a spontaneous activity, just like breathing. Okay? So, chant the Shri 10 times. The first 3 times is to bring your body, speech, and mind together in practice. The next 4 are to bring the body, speech, and mind together with the qualities of the Lama in union. Then the last 3 sounds of the Shri are to establish the entire universe inside and outside as the Dharmakaya, Dharma vehicle, all the deities as the bliss energy program. Then the teacher is the Nirmanakaya, the loving kindness, compassion, power, and insight of the teacher. So you have the Dharmakaya and the Sambhogakaya of the deity, and those two together as the Nirmanakaya of the teacher. Then when the teacher melds into you, then the activity, whatever is appropriate, appears. Whatever is appropriate. And believe me, that's a lot. I can tell you because I'm sitting in the middle of a whole bunch of appropriateness. My joke. Okay, so first the empowerment of Amitai. Sit with your back straight. Imagine the root Lama as all of the Lamas of Tibetan Buddhism and all the Buddhas of the past, present, and future in one symbol, one person, one representative. Then that Lama blazes white light from his forehead into your forehead with the vibration of the sound Om, so that you can establish your physical situation as that of the rainbow light body of the deity, in this case, Amitai. Red light from the Lama's throat is spontaneous activity of mantra and prayers and other vibrations from your body coming out in your speech. And now, and the vibration of that empowerment is awe. Then from the Lama's heart chakra, blue light comes to your heart chakra with the vibration of the sound Hum, which is the application of infinite healing. With an infinite amount of methods and potential. Then you can, when you can see those three lights, the Om, the Ah, and the Hum, white, red, and blue into you, then the Lama merges into you like water into water. The body, speech, and mind of the Lama embedded in you with a white Om in your forehead, a red Ah in your throat, and a blue Om in your heart. Then you accept this empowerment by having the Om come down the central channel and merge with the Ah in your throat. Then these two vibration symbols down into your heart center, into the Hum. Then the Hum and these three immediately transform into the vibration of the deity as Hri, infinite light.
Are we going to chant them?
Huh?
Om Hum.
Then we chant Om Hum. Om Hum. Om Hum. Om Hum. Om Hum. Om Hum. Hri. Now we are Amityus, as depicted by this representation, as an extension of the forearm and the 1,000 arm Chenrezig, or whatever form of the deity you use. And with this empowerment, then you project your image of the red Amityus, dressed in silks and jewels with a 5-jewel crown, sitting with the offering vase in its hand, right hand on top of left thumb touching. Project it to your mother in front, life-size, facing you. Then project the rainbow body aspect of Amityus to your father and all your relatives and friends and lovers. Everybody you have karma with this life, from birth till now. Then all your adversaries and enemies. Then extend this projection, building this mandala, to all the 7 or 8 billion humans on the planet today as Amityus. And all the animals in the ocean and on the land. And projected to the infinite spirits of the 4 conflicted spirit worlds filling space. So your mind is filled with an infinite application of this rainbow body deity. And you can actually think that everything you do in this practice, every sentient being in your mandala is doing the same thing. That's how this is effective. Once you've established this mandala, then the heart mantra appears of the deity. And these syllables, rainbow color sounds, are circling the Shri inside the 5-color sphere in your heart center, the red Shri. And starting with the letter Om in front, the mantra is declared, Om Ami Rani Zawentaye Soha. Om Ami Rani Zawentaye Soha. Soha means always expanding, increasing, timeless application. Om Ami Rani Zawentaye Soha. 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 Za, that sound in the mantra, is the application of infinite healing and whatever is necessary to sustain you, like wealth. So it symbolizes appropriately good health and wealth. Om is the energy of the universe entering into your situation. Ah is the vibration of that energy. Me is the infinite light of that energy. And Za, I just explained. When Tai means the power of it active. Ye means for everybody, Soha, everywhere. Om Mami Rani Za, when Tai Soha. 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 So as you're sounding this mantra, you visualize yourself as a rainbow body of the deity. We say the bliss energy of the deity applied to your mother, father, sentient beings throughout space with loving kindness, compassion, power, and insight as the theme for long life for the practitioner and whoever they extend their practice to. It doesn't just stop with you. This is an infinite application of the Za, sometimes pronounced Ja in Tibetan. They have a dialect. So think that way. Your program, your projection, very effective. Have confidence that this is actually taking place. Om Mami Rani Za, when Tai Soha. 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 Om Mami Rani Za, Untitled Soha. Formally, you sound this mantra if you have a mala 108 times. And if you're going to perform this mantra recitation 100 or 108,000, then you keep track, keep a little record of it. To finish the practice, all of this is the creation stage of the deity. And it's very much the same as we explained with the Chenrezig forearm. The deity is just in 5 colors of silks and 6 kinds of jewels and a 5-jewel crown and a rainbow sphere of 5-colored light emanating out as healing, in this case, long life energy to everyone around him and to the various realms of sentient being. When you finish the mantra recitation, the second part of the practice is to connect to your wisdom nature by dissolving all the infinite beings as Amityus into you as the central Chenrezig symbol. You can do this all at once, implode everything at once, or you can do it in stages, like having to have the heavenly realms and then the demigod realms and the deprived spirits and the hell beings, then the humans and animals, wherever they take birth, as this deity coming into you from every direction. Then you as the deity disappear into the letters of the mantra circling the free. And these jewels of light vibration, starting with the Om, one by one, dissolve into the free. Then, before you dissolve the free, disappear, the Buddha Amitabha above your head moves down the central channel into your heart center, and this free is in his heart center. Then all the energy disappears into the free in Amitabha Buddha's heart center, into space. Either refine it into a tiny particle and merge with the boundless light of space, or expand it to the totality of infinite light inhabiting space, boundless space. And the moment you do that, relax. Be comfortable in your space. Whatever arises as thoughts or emotional energy, don't block it. Even if it's not nice, let it disappear into space. Any sensations of your 5 senses or your body experiencing pleasure or pain, don't dramatize it. Just let it arise and disappear. Just be present and okay with yourself. Open to the vastness of the Dharmakaya, clear of judgment and drama, naked, not needing to add anything or take away anything. In a state of vivid awareness in the present of your existence. in a state of joy we call bliss. At the end of this accomplishment stage of engaging your natural mind, as a state of timeless, blissful energy, then reappear as whatever yidam deity you're training in with the advice of your teacher. If you wish to be the two-armed Chenrezig, Amityus, that's appropriate. If you wish to be the two-armed Amitabha Buddha of infinite light, that's appropriate. If you wish to be the four-armed Chenrezig, which is our regular practice, that's appropriate. Or Tara, or any of the other 1,000 deities that we train in. But this is for we call the interim state between formal sessions of practice, which are usually accomplished by most practitioners in the early morning and evening sessions, especially by monks and nuns or people in practicing with the guidance of the Lama and Dharma Center. And sometimes they have texts, and sometimes their level of practice is the Mahayana level, and sometimes it's evolved into what we're doing, mostly in this class, the Tantric level. The 5 elements are to sustain the body so that your practice goes well, so that your life is enjoyable. And you treat the 5 elements with great respect by connecting to the natural world around you, either in the ocean or in the mountains or forests, or by gardening or farming, or other kinds of natural preoccupations. But yoga and meditation practice is especially powerful because it can bring all of that into you without you having to do all that. But these 5 elements disappear. They arise, they present themselves like your body, and go away. And here on this planet, we're short-lived, 100 years, 50 years. Then we move out of this body into the next life. This breath ceases, next life appears. But in preparation for all of that, in our natural state of awareness or consciousness, we call our wisdom nature or higher intelligence or Buddha nature. We have all kinds of names, 10th level Bodhisattva. We have 5 energy fields already existing in our consciousness. And we opened up tonight with this red sphere, which is called discerning awareness. That the actual energy of everything is simply light and space, thoughts, body, everything. And that expresses itself as an energy field. And we entered into that with this Amityus, or now we're going to do the 1,000-armed Chenrezig. But before we did that, I mentioned that everything is equal. There is no state of superiority. You can say sacred and divine, but supernatural doesn't work. You can say inferior or less than, but that's degrading. You can act like you don't know anything, ignorant or deluded, but that's the animal world. It's not for humans. So this state of equality is, they use the term in Tibetan, one taste. Everything is exactly as it is. Okay. And because of this Dharma Dhatu nature of voidness, as these first 2, this is a very useful energy field. And it's the second part of deity yoga, when you dissolve the deity into you and you into light and rest in the natural mind of space. That's Dharma Dhatu. Voidness. No adding or taking away, naked. And this is the activity of these first 3 as a bodhisattva, combined with the antidote to anger, which is called mirror-like wisdom, or any form of violence, so that whatever is harmful, you turn it into light and it bounces off your mind as an empty mirror and goes away. That's called mirror-like wisdom, and it's based on a very simple application that everything in the universe and everyone is your life support connected to you. They are your mothers. They were your mothers in past lives, they'll be your mothers in future lives. This program is ongoing. But this Aksobhaya Buddha field, together with the Ambogasiti Buddha field, together with the Vairocana Buddha field, together with the Ratnasambhava Buddha field, and together with the one we're doing tonight, the Amitabha Buddha field, are all together. If you got one, you got all five. It's up to you which position you want to stress and practice. And of course, all five are appropriate. That's the 5-jewel crown of all the deities. This deity is standing, it's in action. It has 3 faces, white, red, and blue, to watch the human world and the animal world. Right above that are 3 more faces, white, blue, and red. That's to watch the heavenly realms and the war god realms. And it has 3 more faces, white, red, and blue. That's to watch the demigods and the demonic spirits and the deprived spirits of the lower realm. So these are the middle, high, lower realms, and then all together you have the protector aspect. This deity is standing, and it will use any means, appropriate means, peaceful or protective, to help you be okay. But especially in the next life coming, the bardo of becoming, which everybody has to experience. This breath of the next life, you don't know what comes first. And all of this is summed up with the Buddha Amitabha and these 5 other 4 energy fields as training and life support, but most importantly, wisdom support while you're in the human condition. So tonight we're going to do the 1,000-armed Chenrezig, and he has the 4 arms of the ordinary Chenrezig practice with the mala, 2 hands together in a lotus. But he has 1,000 arms with eyes in the palm of each hand to watch, be alert to the activities of beings. He has cross barges, he has a mala, lotus, bow and arrow, the bumpa, the vase like we used tonight, and jewels. He has 5 colors of stockings symbolizing the 5 elements. He has a blue light energy field and a rainbow of energy light outside of this with the sun and moon in the sky, which knows that this only works in the human condition. Only humans can do this. That's us. The mantra is simple. 6 syllables. The tree is in your heart center, just like the last practice, same deity. Yes, thousands of different aspects, depending on the situations and conditions. Om, Ma, Ni, Pe, Mi, Hum. Shri. Om, Ma, Ni, Pe, Mi, Hum. Shri. Om Mani Padme Hum. Shri. Om Mani Padme Hum. Shri. So now you have the infinite light of Amitabha above your head as your root lama. You are the 1,000 armed Chenrezig. He is here. You got 3 heads watching the heavenly realms, the 3 watching the human realm, and 3 watching the lower realms of the deprived spirits, and we call them very abusive hell beings. And the mantra arises from that, and you say the mantra with the Shri and the sound D added to it. Om Mani Padme Hum. Shri D. So you get the infinite light and the vibration of the light from your heart center through your body out to all sentient beings in the 6 realms of samsara and nirvana. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And you don't have to project this deity individually to your mother and all sentient beings, like you did the 2-arm or the 4-arm. This one is established with these first 9 heads as being already in all the other realms. And the protector is already established also that way. And the Buddha of infinite light is the energy program of them. And this is how you deal with it. This is called infinite insight or wisdom, infinite intelligence, without being religious, without being a god or goddess, supreme and supernatural. No, this is just as it is, deal with it. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 3. Then you, as the forearm Chenrezig, imagine in front of you the male Chenrezig and the Tara, both blue in color, in the eastern direction. This is always east in our mandala. Then in the southern direction, a gold Tara and a gold Chenrezig. Then in the western direction behind you, a white Chenrezig and a red Tara. Then in the northern direction to your left, a green Chenrezig and green Tara. Then above your head, a white Chenrezig and white Tara. And you are in union as white Chenrezig with a red Tara, red female aspect. Then the mantra is Om Mani Padme Hum. Dumagaya Ara Nisa Racha Hri Ye Soha. Om Mani Padme Hum. Dumagaya Ara Nisa Racha Hri Ye Soha. Om Mani Padme Hum. Dumagaya Aranisa Racha Hriye Soha. Om Mani Padme Hum. Dumagaya Aranisa Racha Hriye Soha. Om Mani Padme Hum. Dumagaya Aranisa Racha Hriye Soha. Om Mani Padme Hum. Dumagaya Aranisa Racha Hriye Soha. Om Mani Padme Hum. Dumagaya Aranisa Racha Hriye Soha. Om Mani Padme Hum. Gaya Aranisa Racha Hriye Soha. Om Mani Padme Hum. Dumagaya Aranisa Racha Hriye Soha. Om Mani Padme Hum. Dumagaya Aranisa Racha Hriye Soha. Now these are bodhisattva symbols of the blue, the gold, the white and red behind, the green to the north, and white above your head. Male and female deities in union as bodhisattvas. And when you do this 1,000-arm Chenrezig, they're right here. And then back, front. So it's in addition to this practice that the Dalai Lama presented to us in Hollywood, California. He gave the empowerments of all of these deities, including this one. All of Amityus, Chenrezig, 1,000-arm Chenrezig, and this special mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum Dumagaya Aranisa Racha Hriya Soha. Om Mani Padme Hum Dumagaya Aranisa Racha Hriya Soha. Om Mani Padme Hum Dumagaya Aranisa Racha Hriya Soha. Om Mani Padme Hum Dumagaya Aranisa Racha Hriya Soha. Om Mani Padme Hum Dumagaya Aranisa Racha Hriya Soha. And those deities in the four directions and above your head represent also the 5 dhyana Buddha energy field. So that's your field, 5 fields of action around you in this world as a bodhisattva, no matter which deity you choose in practice with the guidance of your Lama Guru. Your inner nature is always activated and evolving. With these practices, away from the conflicting emotional program into the higher intelligence programs of pure timeless awareness. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Then you dissolve all of this visualization of the 4-arm, 2-arm Amityus, 1,000-arm Chenrezig, the 5 bodhisattva deities in the 5 directions, all of that into your heart center, into the Shri. The Shri in a 5-color sphere of light shrinks to a tiny particle of light, and you rest in voidness. Open, clear, naked, vivid awareness. Then from this state of vivid awareness, you return as the deity. All sound becomes the mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. All of your heightened states of intelligence operate until your next formal session of practice. Then I'm going to read the dedication prayer from the Chenrezig text. May all those to whom I am connected, all my Vajra brothers and sisters, all my friends, relatives, lovers, and enemies, connected by good or bad karma, be held by the Buddhas from now until final enlightenment. May all beings enter the door of this peerless vehicle and attain the Buddha realm. From the great good, all good Dorje Chong, down to my kind Ru Lama, whatever prayers have been made for them benefit all beings. May they all become fulfilled with higher intelligence and awareness. By this merit of practice, may we become omniscient. And from this attainment, after defeating evil faults through these endless storms of birth, old age, sickness, and death, may we liberate all beings from the suffering in the three realms. I dedicate all this merit that I may follow in the footsteps of the heroic Manjushri, who knows the nature of everything, and that of the Buddha Kuntuzangpo. By this virtue, may all beings perfect the accumulations of merit and insight, and arising from merit and wisdom, attain the two sacred bodies of the Bodhisattva, and by the blessing of these three bodies of the Buddha being activated and accomplished, and by the blessing of the truth of this Dharma itself being unchanging, and by the blessing of the wishes of the Sangha, that's us, being unwavering, may this dedication prayer be fulfilled. Kewa di nirdu dam, shagya champo druverne, shova chinking malu pa, teyi sala ko parsho, Sanjay kusum nempai jam ladam, choni me verdam pai jam ladam, indu viche du pai jam laki, chitargo mamo du parsho. May all the lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity, and may all their wishes be fulfilled. May all sentient beings be free of the cause of suffering. May they be established in the cause of happiness. May they, by our practice, be established in the states of bliss and joy. And all of them be free of all emotional conflict, attachment, aversion, pride, jealousy, and ignorance. Tushiche, mahalo, thank you. Much aloha, and be well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Lama Tasha. And thank you, Abby.
You're welcome.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Mahalo.
Oh, yeah, big one. Happy Thursday evening.
As we say in Hawaiian, oh.